slow.
All right. Well, glad you made it.
Thank you.
So we are chapter 8 this week.
I believe so, yeah.
And
Make it pleasurable or something.
was that what it was?
Thought it was.
Man. So I listened to 2 chapters on my way in because I think there was a chapter
He's
behind.
talking about the seagull or the bird with the dot on its beak and the little baby birds pecking at
Did you
it.
see the dot?
So it's like you stacking things you need to do with things that elicit that addiction response, that dopamine release.
Some dopamine.
Yeah. So a lot of it, he talked about the like gamblers, getting excited before they go gamble, or the anticipation of Christmas.
Chapter 8, how to make a habit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, like what I take away from this, what's really key, I've talked about this before, is so me just getting out and moving after work or on the weekends, going and doing that 6-mile walk that I do, it got boring after a while. But when I started pairing it with, right now I'm listening to Magicians of the Gods, learning about ancient megalo architecture and whatever, right? I'm like, yeah, I get to learn about the origins of humanity, take a cruise through San Jose, and it makes me wanting to go do that walk. I elicit that like dopamine response of getting to do something I want to do. So I look forward to it, and I'm not dreading it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think last week they were talking a lot about connecting the location of where you do things. And I definitely, for myself, I'm a location-based habit person. So, I will. So one thing I did this week is I stopped at the city sports place over here, right? And checked it out.
Down there?
Yeah, because I'm like,
how is that place? It looks nice.
Nice. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, this would be easy for me, right?
Yeah.
I'm already on my way home. I could just stop, do my thing, and then go home. Because if I go home, once I'm home, I'm done. I'm done talking on the phone. I'm done working out. All I really want to do when I get home is I want to have something to eat.
Yep.
And I want to sit down for an hour or whatever we got, watch some TV, and then I go to bed, right? So for me, I'm going to get home and then I'm going to work out. Like it's not going to happen, because once I'm home, right?
Yeah.
So, so that connecting the dots for yourself on like where you do certain things is huge, right? And it's a lot easier to create, and this is what he's talking about, create the environment that makes your habits easy. Right, instead of trying to like beat yourself up. And they were talking a lot about discipline, right? It's like, you just gotta just be disciplined. It's like, man, that shit don't work, man.
Yeah.
Most of us are the way we are because we don't have that kind of discipline. And it's kind of like that rock in the stream thing, right? Like the rock is the discipline, like I'm just gonna shove my way through it. I'm hard, I'm coarse. But the water, it's like, I'm just going to flow around you for a while until I fucking undermine you. And then you just end up going where I want you to go anyways, right? So setting up your environment, super critical. I think that for myself, I am definitely, I learned that everything was discipline, right? I don't know what you're talking about, Dad. I thought the only way to do something new was to just, you got to have the discipline. You got to have the discipline, right? And, so I would just beat myself up. And he talks about that cycle, right? Like if you're, whatever the thing is that you do that makes you depressed, like I think he said, if you are depressed and that makes you want to watch TV, then you get stuck in the depressed cycle of now I'm watching TV and I don't have any energy to do anything else. So now I'm watching TV and I don't have any energy to do anything else. And you fall in that hole, right? Because that is the habit. And trying to like sit in front of the TV and then tell yourself to have a different habit, like your body's not made for that. Your body responds to what's the word I'm looking for?
Environment?
Yeah, the environment. There's another word, the stimuli. Your body responds to the stimuli around it, right? Yawning panda.
Yeah, not because of you. I'm very excited. This
But
is,
I'm home and I feel like a place to rest.
yeah.
Anyway, sorry, babe. Didn't mean to. I hope that didn't offend you. I can't tell because I can't see your face.
Oh, no, it did not offend.
But environment is more critical than discipline, is what it all came down to, is what I got out of the book. It's like, don't beat yourself up. If you find yourself beating yourself up, stop and change the environment, change your routine, but don't sit there and just try to bully your way through it, because your body, your mind, your psyche just is designed. Oh, you're in the studio.
I am in the studio. Yes.
Awesome. Oh, awesome. All right. Yeah. Well, anybody else want to share what they learned?
I read chapter 7, so I may be off here by
okay.
a week. But the secrets of self-control, and my big takeaway from that was putting yourself basically in environments where if you know you have bad habits, and you put yourself in an environment where it makes it easy to have those bad habits, then you're going to continue doing those things. So I'm actually trying one of the things from this book today, to get our item masters work done, because when I'm in the office, I'm just laser focused on trying to get cranking bids out the door. And then I'm changing my environment today. So today I'm like, all right, I'm not leaving the house and my desk here until I get this item masters done. Because we keep talking about it all this time, for weeks now, and it's not getting done. Every day it's just like you're chipping away at it. We chipped away at it again like yesterday, and it's just like, no, I'm gonna put myself in this. You kind of like put yourself in this little mini prison, right? It's like, okay, I'm not leaving this room until this one thing gets done. I'm gonna see how that goes.
I like that. That was a good reason for not coming in today. So my thing is this little fucking rectangle. When I get here in the morning, I put it on don't talk to me, and the only people who can get through that firewall is my family, unless they're smart enough to figure out how, and I'm not going to tell anybody how to do it. But again, right? It's a focus thing, and as long as this thing's blowing up all morning long, then it's like tension, boom, gets broken, right? So that's one of my new things. Is I figure if it's so important that they need to try to call me 25 times and they haven't figured out how to use email or call somebody else, I probably don't need to talk to them. So how about you, kid? You were ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. Same as Masood. I read chapter 7 this morning, but in reading that chapter, the secrets of self control, he brought up the specific example of smoking, and my gut reaction upon first hearing that was to try and refute it, because my experience with smoking was, I stopped because I was having a few health concerns.
Yeah.
It was while I was working at NASA doing the security thing. I started getting heart palpitations all the time. And I remember driving home one night,
Chapter 15.
chest tightened up,
Cardinal rules of behavior.
and I started getting a little bit lightheaded on the drive home. I was like, that doesn't feel good. Went away after a little bit, got home, jumped online to play games with some friends. Chest tightened up again, arms went numb, neck went numb. Like, wow, this feels really not good. Hey guys, I'm gonna go for a bit.
I think I better go see somebody. Let me ask you this, because I gotta know. Like, did you go to the doctor?
Called the ambulance, yeah.
Okay.
Turned out it was just anxiety. Turns out it was just sensitivity to caffeine, so I found that out later. But
you went to the doctor. I'm impressed, because I probably would have not gone to the doctor. So I'm proud of you.
at that time I was like, all right, time to quit smoking. And for a minute, I was thinking that was it. It was okay. I have health concerns. I didn't do anything special other than being like, okay, I want to quit. I bought a pack of that like Nicorette gum, and I didn't even get through the entire thing before I was done with nicotine. But it occurred to me that the other thing that I did do was I identified that the place I smoked the most was in my car. So I bought a new car that was stick shift. One, so I wouldn't want to get tobacco smoke in my car. And two, if it's stick shift, it's a lot harder to smoke while you're
While you're
shifting
driving.
gears and steering.
Yeah,
Strategically.
You're a pro.
smart.
So in that sense, I changed my environment and that helped me quit smoking.
There you go. See, and I know Heather's not here today, and I love that this guy's obviously had a problem with cigarettes in the past because that he hits on cigarettes every time. But yeah, I mean, smoking's he uses that one a lot because that's probably there's a lot of people that smoke, right? So it's an easy habit to pick on. But you know, for me personally, my nicotine addiction like didn't even make sense. So when I went into the hospital and they told me either stop smoking or die, it was relatively easy to stop smoking. It was actually easier to stop drinking. I will still to this day at times be like, oh, man, a cigarette would be good right now. Right. And I'm gonna pay attention to when that is because it happened a few days ago. And I'm like, huh, I wonder what the trigger was on that. I never get the trigger to, God, I want to drink. I do walk around the house going, oh my God, oh my God. But yeah, drinking was easy for me. Cigarettes was a little harder. But the going back to the environment thing, I mean, that was a smart move. I mean, that was a lot of, that was very strategic.
Hmm.
Here, I thought you just wanted to get a stick shift so you could go rally that shit. How about you, beautiful Allison Dean? Do you have a story to share? She's like, nope.
Like, you know, as far as like smoking goes, I would just love to, but the smell, and that's what got me is you guys didn't like the smell, and the only way I could change it was just not to. So,
Yeah. Thank you, sweetheart.
mhm.
Appreciate it. I sacrificed cigarettes for you.
You should try
Oh,
some
I know what-
Zins. Allison, we should get you some Zins.
What's that?
Don't tell her.
Just
Don't
kidding.
tell her. Don't tell her.
Well,
I don't
so-
even know what it is.
One thing that helped me with it was I noticed I enjoyed the time where I could just sit and I would just be calm, and then that deep breath and so when I really wanted that, I would just sit down and just do the deep breath, and that helped me get through it.
Awesome. See, you got all the benefits of the deep breath without the smoke. Good
Yes.
job, babe.
Yes.
All right. I bet you Michael Vicente's got all kinds of bad habits to talk about.
had bad habits for sure. Yeah, I mean, much like you guys said, changing your environment helps, I think, the most. I think what caught me on this chapter was it was talking about diet, right? Which doesn't only include what you're ingesting, it's your environment, it's what you're listening to, it's what you're watching. And I think as you change that, so do your surroundings, right? And so does the outcome of your life. And you know, I've said this, I think last book club was going out to the desert for me was huge. It was huge. You know, 2023 is pretty much when I changed and I gave a lot of things up, and I wouldn't have it any other way, you know.
Yeah, talk about fucking changing your environment. Now that's some commitment. I'm gonna move across the country. Right? That's what Grant talks about that though. He talked about moving out of La Jolla, right? He was committed to finding his wife. He knew he wasn't gonna find her in La Jolla, so he just fucking moved and met her. I think he says the first night he was in LA, he met her. And then he fucking called her for 13 months before he got a date with her. So you know, that dude's got some persistence, but he talks a lot about that changing your environment, right? About don't get that's why he says don't buy a house because it anchors you to one location. Says, be willing to go somewhere to get out of your comfort zone because you're not going to find anything new in your comfort zone, right? You're going to meet all the same people. You're going to have all the same conversations. You won't change until you change your environment. So I guess there's another thing that he's figured out. So Wiley,
What is it? 21 days to break a habit, right?
something like that. All right. Anybody else that I forgot? Anybody else wants? I think I forgot you.
So I got a little bit further. I got to chapter 13, but speaking of like what you guys on the topic you guys are on, one thing I have noticed that I've done with as far as with my kids, I accidentally broke the TV.
Oops.
So like, well, this is a while ago, so there was no TV, and then as soon as I noticed, I'm like, okay, like there's no TV. Now we're not like, now we like look for an excuse. Like, all right, well now let's for sure go out. We don't have a
Yeah.
TV, or like, and we're like before we be like, all right, let's put the TV, keep the kids calm for a little bit, and we can chill.
Yeah.
And now it's like no, like now the kids don't have TV. Like now, they play more with just their toys, or they're like outside, and it's just better for.
We
the
got to
household
find
and
some
everything.
other way to distract them.
And I realized, and yeah, and I just realized changing that environment, like really making that change.
That's
And I think
awesome.
another thing that stood out to me from the book too was like, like certain things, like if you're trying to lose weight or stuff, setting yourself up for success. And like little things I just started doing is like started anything like any vitamins or stuff that I need to take or anything. Like now I put in where I know it's gonna be in my way of travel. So like on my way out, I have like everything on the corner desk. So I get it, it's right by the door. In my car, on my driver's side door, I put like my vitamins and stuff. So like no matter what, as soon as I get at the car, I'm like, okay, I need to take those. So just keeping yourself ready.
Yeah. Routine.
Yeah.
Let's say habits. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you for hanging out and for learning new shit together. The team that learns together earns together. So we definitely learn a lot.